Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Nasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 91 and I hope you're all having a lovely Tuesday. If you do enjoy today's episode, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. Let's go for over 2,000 likes on this episode. That would be brilliant. And of course, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're new. Click that notification bell and become part of the best squad out there, the notification squad. So, team-wise, this is obviously what we're settled on for a little bit. There will be potential changes over the coming weeks just because, I mean, we've got Player of the Month Messi coming up in a couple of days. So you never know what that's going to cost. And if it's like a decent price, then maybe we could offload some of our expensive stuff to bring in a real marquee player. And then, of course, we've got Footman starting as well, I guess, later. People have said that it seems to be starting on Friday. If that's the case, you know that we get daily player SBCs. And you never know who could be a good opportunity, like a good player to, you know, bring into the squad and have that newness come in. So, I would expect something cool to happen, I guess, with the squad soon. But for now, we've got this nice balance. You know, yesterday's video was literally titled The Best. It is the best balanced team I have had so far. So we sold Kyle Walker because I seem to be pretty happy with Cancelo, and he's worth like less, so we can sell Kyle Walker on and get 34,000 coins for that. I am actually going to make a couple of changes to the way that the team plays. So if you think about it for a second, Lasty is known to play either a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1. That is those are the two best formations I've found this year. So what I think could be a little bit of a mix of the two would be a 4-4-1-1. So you get the CDM centre mid pushing up a little bit further. You get the striker and the cam, or the striker and the centre forward, in line with each other rather than next to each other. And then you have those wide player options out left mid, right mid, that I think with instructions or custom tactics, you could probably tell to be like to play a little bit narrower. So it feels a little bit like a 4-2-3-1. But obviously just a little bit wider. So I think that this could be a good little hybrid of the two. Do you think this could work? This could actually be decent if it worked. I actually saw a couple of different people using this formation, and I have noticed it a few times actually when I've been watching people stream the weekend league and stuff. I've noticed that some people do play 4-4-1-1. So I know that 4-4-2 and 4-2-3-1 and 4-1-2-1-2 and 4-2-2-2 are like some very popular formations this year. But 4-4-1-1 is essentially 4-4-2, but instead of the strikers being here and here, they're here and here. So yeah, so I decided to make a couple of different like custom tactics. One where I play like high pressure. So pressure on heavy touch for the defensive style, higher depth, and then quite low width for the attacking, but fast build up. So I want this to be like, obviously you know, that situation there is going to be for, or I'm going to have to know that I need to defend well because people could hit me on the break, but it might give me lots of firepower going forwards. And then the other one is just my normal balanced, what I have been playing on the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-4-2 with like 4 depth or something like that. So I also decided to go out and do this Borussia Dortmund 4th kit. I had one Dortmund player. I had like Goetze in my club. I guess I probably could have sold him on. But I like the kit. I like the blackout style. You know, it's just a black kit at the end of the day. It's nothing crazy. But I do like, I kind of like that style. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pick that up. That is another black kit added to our whole lineup of awesome kits on this game. But yeah, we've done that just because, you know, it looks quite nice, and I'm sure it'll be a decent little kit. It looks. The one thing that bugs me about it though is that there's a yellow badge on the shorts, and it's like this blackout kit, but then there's a yellow Dortmund badge, which I'm aware is how it actually is like in real life. But it's just like, if you're doing a blackout style, just go full on blackout. That's exactly what we want, right? Anyway, what we're gonna do now is actually play some rivals to test out this 4-4-1-1. So I didn't play any rivals last week, so what we're doing right here is already beating what we did last week, you know, going into our first game. This guy's got Juan Jesus, who turns out to be one of the better investment options that you guys could have done when he came out. Because I'm pretty sure he was like 25k, 30k. And I'm also pretty sure that he's up to like 70 or 80,000 coins now that his club are pretty much a 30 to go through to the next level, you know, to the next round of the Europa League. So he's going to get himself an upgrade. People are also expecting upgrades to be this week. I think maybe that's based off of previous years and stuff. So if you own any road to the finals, whether it be like Europa League or Champions League, I would expect maybe for them to get their first little boost if they are, you know, obviously we've got the Champions League tonight and tomorrow night, but it would be interesting to see when we get them, if it is just after the games are finished, or whether there's a certain, like, maybe we'll get them Thursday night or Friday night or something like that. I'm quite excited because there'll be a lot of you that have maybe done like Joe Gomez SBC that'll be quite excited if Liverpool manage to get through, but they're not 100% through yet. And then of course, like Ousmane Dembele. There's some good road to the finals, but all of them are way too expensive. Eden Militao and Allen and stuff, they're very, very expensive. But I think, of course, with that, if one of the good teams goes out and with one of the good players, then they'll come crashing down, won't they? Because that will, you know, if they don't go through, they get knocked out, then there will be no more. There is no more road to the final if you get knocked out of the tourney, right? So we could end up seeing some pretty hefty, expensive players absolutely crash in price, like the rest of the market, by the way, which is just on its behind. It's really struggling right now, isn't it? Anyway, back to the game at hand. Stop waffling, Tom. We're like 4-1 up in this game. To be fair to my opponent, I think he was probably trying to do some objectives, like he scores with Promes here that he brought on as a sub. I noticed that he had a stat card on him to make him a good player, but yeah, I just wanted to test out my formation, so I guess it's a little bit harsh to go and smack someone 5-2 who's maybe trying to get some objectives done. But at the end of the day, that is, you know, you don't have to help people out by doing stuff. He probably needed the win objective to even get a lot of his stuff done, and I wasn't willing to give him that because I wanted to try and win myself. As simple as that. We'd lost a lot of skill rating over the last couple of weeks because of how difficult Rivals is. It would be nice to solidify ourselves and just make sure that we're pushed up and playing to the best of our ability. So we then come up against this. He's got Trossard, Jimenez, there's a Benzema in there, which is someone that I thought about doing. And then I give the ball to him, actually, and he punishes me for that. That's a poor goal to concede, Tom. I'm full of them today. I give away loads of goals. I don't know what it is, but I made some sloppy defensive decisions today, which, of course, leads to my opponent doing running off and celebrating a lot of the time. But yeah, I go 2-0 down in this game here. I think that one get deflected or was a little bit unfortunate for me. Either way, it doesn't really matter. We hit the post. We're 2-0 down. We can try and get back in here. Son whips it across, and for some reason, Zola and Neymar, they weren't in that perfect position to tap it in, but Paulinho was. And you've noticed, if you've been watching the episodes the last few days, that he scores. He actually does score goals. He ends up getting on the score sheet for us quite a lot, which I'm proud of him for. What a man. He's flourished. Since we've sold Seedorf and we allow him to play as a balanced centre mid, he really has flourished. And then we get a goal back here. So we're 3-1 down, but we get a goal back with Zola. And then in the 84th minute, 85th minute, lovely Berber spin by Mahrez, knocks it into Neymar, who just gets past the defenders, strikes it across the goalkeeper, and we do get an equaliser in the 85th. But it doesn't last. Because, as you can see here, I guess this guy was going for assists with defenders for the Tagliafico objective. Either way, he knocks it through to his substitute David Villa and gets a goal, a late winner right at the end. And I guess he kind of deserved it because he was beating me 3-1 and 2-0. So it was me clawing it back, but I just couldn't quite hold my defensive line off of that kickoff. Yeah, we ended up losing right at the end. But hey ho, it don't really matter too much. Then we come up against someone who's still doing the icon swap objectives. He's got a full Brazilian UCL side. He's trying to kill two birds with one stone, isn't he? But unfortunately, that to me is just like that level of squad is obviously not going to be that great. I go 1-0 up after 8 minutes. I'd had a couple of shots. I was trying to score a nice goal, and like the goal I scored there was actually quite nice. A lovely little chip, a little dink from Neymar, and then he quit. So I don't know if he was someone from a higher division that is just working his way down to make it easier for himself. But there's not many people doing icon swap objectives anymore. So if that is you, you're going to obviously have a difficult time at this very moment. The best thing to do when icon swap objectives come out is just to try and get them done ASAP, because everyone else will be trying, so at least you won't be facing up against people's mega squads. Like, we come up against a very, very nice kind of a mega squad here. He's got informed Griezmann, Cristiano Ronaldo, the baby Socrates, which if you got him in the baby icon pack, you know, I'd have been very, very, very happy with that. Way better than a Raul, isn't it? I just hope there's some sort of SBC in the future that I can put Raul into, because it seems like such a waste at the moment. We go 1-0 up. We actually turn the defender really, really nicely with Neymar there. Shoot at the near post, because near post OP on this game. But pretty much straight from my goal, he kickoffs me. I thought I made the tackle there against Griezmann, but he dragged it back. And then Paulinho knocks it into Gnabry, who is also a difficult player to defend against. The right people, you know, that player in the right hands is very, very difficult to play against. But we score a beautiful goal there from Zola. Nice one-touch pass in between the attackers, and he just sort of lays it off to him. And I run in sprinting and just smash it right into the roof of the net. Lovely goal from the Italian. And I can't remember exactly how I'm playing this 4-4-1-1. I'm pretty sure it's with Zola as the central player and then Son out wide, so kind of mimicking what we do in the 4-2-3-1. But there is also the option that we could bring Son central if we think that would work, or Son up front with Neymar at cam. I'm not sure that would work as well. I think that would be that's the sensible thing to do. But I think Neymar at striker for me, like someone commented yesterday, it just seems like Neymar carries your team. He literally does. He is just the best player on this game for me, hands down. But I get absolutely Socrates in this game. He's good, and this opponent that I was playing against was very good. I got a bit wound up towards the end, so I was putting in some rash challenges. But yeah, I got fully dominated, and that happens from time to time. There's no need to worry about that too much. We scored a couple of goals, so at least we got some rivals points, and we're pushing up towards rank 2 or rank 3. I actually don't care which one I get. You know, both have their merits, and we'll see come Thursday what we end up getting. So I thought about the Karim Benzema SBC. I've thought about the Cuadrado SBC. I'm not sure if any of you have done either of them and would highly recommend. I'm thinking about leaving them and not actually doing them. But if they're, you know, the Cuadrado one, for example, if he actually is a beast and he's 30k to do, let me know, and then I'll endeavour to try and complete that one. But I just feel like they're kind of the SBCs which are pretty cheap, and they're almost designed to make me spend on my players and spend my coins before Footmas and stuff. So I feel like maybe it'd be smarter for us to wait and maybe get some cool Footmas cards, and you know, we'll see what that promo is all about anyway. I always quite like the Christmas time. I hope they do bring out good players that are popular players. Like, for example, I'd love, I'm sure lots of people would love a Musa Sissoko Footmas. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So then we got the easiest unlock ever, the cheapest and quickest and easiest unlock ever for an objective card in this Morelos. Now, it was super easy because you can literally just go up against a mate and do it quickly. But you basically need to assist 3 goals in friendlies, score 3 goals in mystery ball or max chemistry, and then win 6 games in any game mode. So if you just get the friendly ones out of the way, guys, which you can do in literally 1 game, you can then literally just focus on playing your normal games daily, and you'll get that Morelos card unlocked super, super fast. But most importantly, I am buzzing to announce that I have unlocked the T-Rex celebration. Oh, I can't wait to use it. I actually am buzzing. That is the thing that I'm most looking forward to out of the entire season pass this month. I'm not sure we're going to hit level 30. I couldn't care less. I don't think the players are worth it or at the right level of the power curve of where we're at right now. So hopefully the season 3 stuff, like whatever we get in 10, 12 days, however long's left on it. I hope that stuff is just way better than what we've had the last 2 times, because the players are just not really worth grinding for, in my opinion. Like getting all the way up to 30 by doing the weekly objectives, which are, you know, score a back heel with your face with a silver German from, you know, the Bundesliga 7, or, you know, any of that. I find like some of the objectives can be a little bit much. So I don't think it's necessarily worth it when the players aren't up to scratch right at the very end. But you could also let me know in the comments section, if you have completed it, which player you chose, and are they actually any good? Because I could imagine that Gelson Martins would be okay. And that's as far as I'll go with that. But anyway, yeah, of course, we've unlocked Morelos. Like, he's a little bit of a pointless card. I can't see myself ever actually using him. But it took all of 10 minutes to get him. So it just... yeah, maybe there'll be a requirement for a Colombian striker at some point this year. If that's the case, we've got one. And that is where you can leave it at, really. So my verdict on the 4-4-1-1 so far is a little bit undetermined, but I do quite like it. I think that it feels familiar, like, which might be good, because it might be that crossover between the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-1-2-1-2, which, if it does keep feeling familiar, then... that's good. That could be our go-to formation. If not, happy to stick with the 4-2-3-1, because that obviously worked quite well for me last weekend. And of course, the 4-4-2 is a decent go-to that I know that I can use on this game as well. So just trying to merge the two was like the idea, and I think we might have been a little bit successful with that. Depending on what happens with the Messi SBC in a couple of days, the tradable players we have in our club here are Ter Stegen, Cancelo, Son, and Neymar. They are the players that I can sell. There's a small chance that all of them could go if it was to make way for that Messi or something. I doubt it, but there's a small chance that some of them could go. I've been thinking about selling Son because he's still at a slightly heightened price because he's got that special card out. But then if he was to end up getting like Player of the Month, who knows whether people would want, maybe his price would go up. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know when to sell players or buy players. The market's going crazy with itself. It's just all a little bit up in the air, and I don't have enough market knowledge to know what to actually do. So any like help would be greatly appreciative, greatly appreciated down below in the comments. If you can hit me with a thumbs up, that'd be brilliant. Let's get 2,000 likes. And of course, sub to the channel if you're new. Why don't you go ahead and follow me on Insta and Twitter? Those links are down below as well. See what I get up to on a daily basis, especially around this Christmas time. And I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.